KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 6.
Minnesota schools are getting a boost in funding. I'm KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon live with reaction from RPS.
A hero still serving and serving strong. A local veteran being recognized for his continued service. We'll hear from him tonight.
And it was a sunny and warm day across the area, but I'm tracking some more of that heat and humidity as we head into the holiday weekend.
Joining us for KIMT News 3 at 6, I'm Katie Lang.
And I'm George Mallet.
First tonight, state lawmakers have finally put the finishing touches on Minnesota's COVID-19 recovery budget.
Now, one of the key components is a $1.2 billion investment in schools statewide over the next 4 years. KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon joins us live with how Rochester Public Schools are reacting to this financial boost in education. Anthony.
Katie and George, as Med City students get ready to roll back to their classrooms and get back to regular learning, the governor's office calls this more than $1 billion investment a real resource for them, helping them catch up from last year and succeed for years to come. And district leaders here with RPS agree that it's very good news for Med City students as well. Again, they say the increase in the amount of funding RPS will receive will be about over 2.4% compared to last year. Now, it's significantly more than the district thought possible, says Executive Director of Finance John Carlson, who tells me the additional funds could go toward bolstering student mental health services, maintaining technology, and launching the district's new online school. But more importantly, Carlson says extra space in the budget means breathing room for RPS to address any issues that may arise after an unprecedented year.
This gives us a little breathing room now. So if anything extra comes up, we don't have to automatically be thinking about what should we cut to make something else happen. So if an unexpected need comes up after the pandemic, we will probably be able to deal with it quickly and not have to wonder what we're doing to fund it.
And while this increase in funding ensures RPS will stay in the black for next year, Carlson points out that generally costs rise about 3% each year. So what was just passed by the legislature won't ensure the stability of budgets in the future. Live in Rochester, Anthony Monzon, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Anthony. The governor's office calls this the biggest education budget formula increase in 15 years.
Well, just in the nick of time, the state of Minnesota has reached the goal set by President Joe Biden to vaccinate 70% of our 18 and over population. Governor Tim Walz announced today that more than 3 million Minnesotans in that age bracket have in fact received at least one dose of a vaccine. The overall population of fully vaccinated Minnesotans is 52%, which is the highest here in the Midwest.
Take a live look now over downtown Rochester after another lovely day. It's kind of hard to believe it is already July.
KIMT Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White joins us now. And what are you tracking as the holiday weekend nears?
Well, George and Katie tracking more of that summertime heat, kind of more July-like weather as we go into the holiday weekend. It was fairly warm out there today, but nothing compared to what we're anticipating over the course of the weekend. Looking back at our highs from today, we made it up into the lower to middle 80s, a little bit above average for the 1st of July, 85 the high in Rochester. Also, we made it to 85 in Mason City, 84 for Charles City, and 84 degrees in Austin. So another warm day. Also dry. There have been a couple of rain showers out there, but we're still seeing fairly dry conditions across much of the region. Latest drought monitor showing severe drought still across areas in southern Minnesota, much of Iowa as well. Some slight improvement recently with some of the heavier rains that we've seen over the last couple of weeks, but we are looking at dry conditions over the holiday weekend. But by next week, we are tracking some increasing rain chances by Monday and Tuesday. We talk about that and have a full look at the holiday forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Aaron. And if you are traveling by car this weekend, you're going to want to bring some extra cash for gas. We have the latest information on gas prices on KIMT.com. You can see that right now in Olmsted County. Prices are around $3.06. To find out prices in your community and just how far they've climbed, click on the gas tracker.
Rochester veteran being honored for his continued community contributions long after his military service and career ended. Life after the military for veterans can actually be an adjustment, with some looking to help out any way they can at the local VFW. Heroes that have served come together there to help their fellow vets and the community. David Rollins is a retired Air Force veteran who volunteers at the VFW. Rollins says one of the many ways he helps out is by visiting Seasons Hospice, providing comfort and care for people in need.
Through Seasons Hospice, their We Honor Veterans program, they have veterans come in and speak to people that are currently in hospice, undergoing hospice care. So the commander here at the VFW, Jim Crawley, and myself visit those veterans when we're asked to do so.
Rollins encourages people to volunteer any way they can and invites folks to stop by the VFW to say hi.
A new rankings report listed some counties in Minnesota as some of the healthiest in the nation. U.S. News listed 6 counties across the state as some of the healthiest. The rankings focus on a number of factors, such as population, health, equity, and infrastructure. Amy Karen, the public health director in Dodge and Steele County, says she aims to make health services and information accessible to everyone.
So one thing we have concentrated on is just the social equities for people. So not everybody is on a fair playing field, so to say. So we do, really try hard to reach out to our minority and underserved populations to make sure that they have the same access as the rest of us do.
Dodge County was ranked 54th. Olmsted County came in at 77th.
Still ahead, happy days in Albert Lea as a beloved native daughter returns home.
Plus, a Rochester boy gets to be mayor for a day. How he spent his time with Mayor Norton.
And thousands of dollars raised by runners in honor of Molly Tibbetts. Hear from her family and where the money's going.
KIMT News 3 at 6, live from Rochester. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Katie Lang and George Mallet. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening now from your community. We are coverage you can count on. "11-year-old Apollo Home submitted an essay for the League of Minnesota Cities Mayor for a Day essay contest. That was back in 2019.
Well, over 300 submissions. Out of them, Home is the first winner here in Rochester. Today, Mayor Kim Norton took some time out to meet the writer himself. Home had a chance to see what it was like to run the Med City, having the opportunity to ask the mayor all of that her workday. In his essay, Home chose to acknowledge the Public Works Department for their efforts. He was even able to sit in a snowplow and honk the horn today. His sister and his mother were also there to support him.
He's very surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised too. We didn't expect that. We noticed like the winter time, this rough condition, and the people and the workers work really, really hard. So I think they deserve a recognition.
Rochester Public Works Department members were also there to acknowledge Apollo and give him a safety vest of his own.
An iconic TV mom returned to her Freeborn County hometown today for a news conference, among other things. Marion Ross, you know her as Mrs. Cunningham on Happy Days, stopped by Country Inn and Suites to chat with friends, members of the Marion Ross Statue Committee, and the media. Ross is in Albert Lea ahead of her statue unveiling. The committee spent 2 years fundraising for the future landmark as a way to say thank you for all Ross has done in the community. The actress spoke about her time on Happy Days, how to get into show business, and about growing up in Albert Lea.
It was very important to grow up here. First of all, you had the weather. So with long, cold winters, and I slept in the basement by this little pot-bellied stove. And I had everything I wanted was going to be in the future. You can be anything, my Canadian mother said.
And Ross's statue will be unveiled tomorrow night in front of the Marion Ross Performing Arts Center.
A 36-year-old man struck by a vehicle earlier this week remains in critical condition, and now police are looking to find his family. Police say that Daniel Yell of Rochester was struck June 29th in the area of 4th Street Southeast and 4th Avenue Southeast. Police, though, are having a difficult time identifying and contacting his family. They believe his family may not even be aware that he was involved in an accident.
We saw some sunshine across the area today, but as we head into the 4th of July weekend, I'm tracking more sunshine, but we're cranking up that heat as we go into your Saturday and Sunday. A full look at that holiday forecast is after the break.
We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
We're joined now by KIMT Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White.
And Aaron, we talk about this from time to time. It always astounds me how far wildfire smoke
Oh, yeah.
travels.
Yeah, it's kind of wild to think about many times. I mean, we see it usually every summer that you get those wildfires that burn up in parts of Canada, the western U.S., and all of it gets basically just goes up and gets picked up by the upper level flow, and it just gets transported into, our neck of the woods. So we're seeing that today. We've seen some of it last night. These are some smaller fires that are burning in eastern Manitoba and western Ontario, but there's been enough smoke with them that it's just rising up into the upper atmosphere and then just basically being transported down to the south, because that's the flow. The flow has been out of the north, and that's bringing some of this upper level smoke. So we're not smelling it. There's not an air quality issue at the moment, but it's giving us a little bit more of a milky sky, a milky appearance to the sky overall that we saw for part of today, and we may see that continue as we go into your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meanwhile, today we've also seen a few clouds out there and a couple rain showers, very light in nature. Not really going to see much in the way of rainfall for the rest of today. This is basically that 10% chance of rain we were talking about for yesterday, just a very isolated, widely scattered, and may just see a sprinkle coming into Mason City here in the next 10 minutes or so. Otherwise, we are going to stay dry for the rest of the day. Today, looking live at Mason City to the south, we are seeing still some blue sky there, a little bit of haze, but to the north is where that rain shower is moving in and may bring us a couple sprinkles here in the course of the next 5 to 10 minutes. As we look at Rochester, we have a little bit of sunshine, some clouds now, and that's going to clear on out of here as we go through the evening hours. So overall, rather pleasant. Still around 80 degrees by 8 o'clock, dropping down to 73 around 10. And then as we head into tomorrow, the morning hours, going to feel rather comfortable. We got temperatures in the lower 60s to start the day, low humidity, a fair amount of sunshine, so nice morning to get out and go for a walk, bike ride, take the dog out. Got some nice weather coming our way for your Friday before we see that humidity rising into the weekend and also cranking up that heat going through your Saturday and Sunday. Going to notice that humidity more so Sunday into Monday as we're tracking dew point temperatures to rise into the 60s to around 70. And we're also talking about, high temperatures in the lower 90s. So looking at our holiday forecast, we got sunshine, a little bit of haze, a few clouds here and there, but overall it's going to be very warm, rather toasty. Our highs into the lower 90s for Saturday and Sunday. Keep in mind with that sunshine around, the UV index still very high like we saw for today. We'll see that again tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. So sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Make sure to pack that if you're going to be heading out and about to the lake or anything like that with friends and family. Going through Sky Tracker 3 for the rest of the day. Just a few rain showers out there. Those are going to clear out of here for tonight. And then our 7-day forecast showing dry conditions through the weekend. Looking pretty good for the 4th of July festivities. Otherwise, our next chance of rain arriving for next week. Storm chances all 4 of those days for next week. And then we'll see highs a little bit cooler into the 80s.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. Well, starting today in Iowa, you no longer need to have a permit to purchase or carry a handgun. Governor Kim Reynolds signed House File 756 into law back in April. Anyone who is wanting to purchase a gun through a federal firearms licensee without presenting a permit will need to undergo a federal NICS background check for each purchase. Mitchell County Sheriff Greg Beaver still advises residents to get a permit and undergo training.
Our current permit holders may come in for renewals. We'll see in a year if there's less work for us or not. But again, I would encourage folks that currently have a valid permit to continue to renew them. And those people that are eligible to get permits, I would encourage them to get those.
Anyone already barred from owning a gun, including those with felony convictions, they must still, or rather are still unable to legally buy or carry firearms in Iowa.
Well, 5 runners have raised thousands of dollars to honor Molly Tibbetts. Tibbetts was studying to become a child psychologist when she was murdered while out for a run in 2018. That group of runners presented a check for $18,000 to the University of Iowa Family Children's Hospital. The group ran from Iowa City to Davenport to raise the money. It was given to the Molly Tibbetts Memorial Fund, which supports mental health services for children and adolescents.
I'm honored that people remember. Because it doesn't always happen, and so we're blessed in that way.
They did it in a way that Molly loved, that they ran, and that was something that she loved, and then that also they donated it to a cause that she was so strongly passionate about in child psychiatry. I think it just sounded like kind of the perfect fundraiser.
The Memorial Fund in Molly Tibbetts' name has raised over $145,000 since it was created in 2018. Well, a dramatic change in the college athletics landscape after a landmark Supreme Court ruling. The NCAA caves and allows college athletes to start cashing in. A historic decision by the NCAA's Board of Directors yesterday means college athletes have a new way to make money. They can't get paid to play, but they can sign deals to earn an income from their personal brands, as in their name, image, and likeness. The move comes after 24 states passed laws allowing the athletes to be paid. CBS spoke to 3 popular college athletes, including a pair of star twins, about what promises to be a game changer for college sports.
Dang, this is crazy.
College basketball stars Hannah and Haley Cavender found out they've scored their first endorsement deal.
All right, your contract was successfully signed. Cavender Twins times Boost Mobile.
The Fresno State Twins signed with the cell phone company Boost Mobile.
Just this opportunity is insane, and it's just so exciting for both Hannah and I.
Now it's Hannah Cavender to her sister Haley.
They're not just stars on the court, but on TikTok, where they post videos for millions of followers.
This is something that we've been super passionate about for a couple years now, just making content and like starting our own brand. So I think it's just super exciting to see that you can obviously monetize it now.
The Cavenders are among college athletes hoping to turn their popularity into profit. Under the NCAA's new policy, student athletes can earn money for social media posts, appearances, autograph signings, and endorsements. The policy's temporary until Congress approves a bill now in development. Nicole Auerbach is a college sports reporter and says with limited opportunities for female athletes to play professionally, this will open doors.
This is, for a lot of them, the window where they can make the most money and that they're the most marketable. So I think you're going to see, them be able to cash in on that while, they are associated with their college programs and they are getting those eyeballs.
The NCAA was under increased pressure to let athletes earn money after the Supreme Court unanimously ruled the NCAA could not cap education-related benefits.
It's like Christmas almost,
Washington State University football player Dallas Hobbs has been pushing the NCAA to make this move. The graphic designer and artist said he's ready to show off his work.
We've never really seen what college athletes are doing off the field, and this is something that can show that. So that we'll be able to show to the younger generation, hey, I no longer have to be truly an athlete. You can show that you're a businessman. You can show you're an artist.
For the Cavender twins who've been sharpening their skills on the court and building their brand, the opportunity to turn a profit is a whole new ballgame.
Basketball in school comes first, but it's also really cool to think that we can work with companies on the side and be able to set ourselves up for success.
Well, we really can't overstate this. This new rule represents a sea change in college athletics. Throughout its 115-year history, the NCAA's bedrock principle has been that student athletes should be amateurs and not allowed to profit off their fame. A new era has clearly begun.
Here's a live look over Highway 52 in Rochester. People starting to head probably out of town for the holiday weekend already.
Aaron will have more on what we can expect this weekend in a moment.
Welcome back on this Thursday evening as we head into the 4th of July weekend. We got a lot of sunshine in the forecast and also some rather toasty temperatures, calling for highs to be into the lower 90s on your Saturday and Sunday. You're also going to notice that humidity a bit more as we go into the 4th of July holiday on Sunday. So if you're going to be out and about, just make sure to pack that sunscreen, pack a lot of water because it's going to be rather, summer-like as we head through the weekend, also into the start of the next work week. Before we get some storm chances Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Right now, Tuesday, Wednesday looking like a better chance of storms, but otherwise just a hot and steamy 4th of July weekend.
Well, it always seems fitting. It is going to be the 4th.
That's
right.
right.
To July.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. And thanks for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 6.
We're going to be back here tonight at 10, and you are hereby cordially invited to join us on a Thursday night. Good night, everybody.